Don't worry, friend, we've got you. I suppose you're lucky we spotted you. It's a big sea.
Who are you?
I'm a Maltese sailor. We were coming from Syracuse laden with grain. The storm of last night overtook us at Cape Morjou and we were wrecked on these rocks.
Where do you come from?
From these rocks I had the good luck to cling to while our captain and the rest of the crew were all lost. I saw your vessel and swam off a piece of wreckage to try and intercept your course. You've saved my life, and I thank you. I was lost when one of your sailors caught a hold of my hair.
It was I, and it was time, for you were sinking.
Now, what are we to do with you?
Alas, anything you please. My captain is dead. I have barely escaped, but I am a good sailor. Leave me at the first port you make. I was mate aboard my former ship and shall be sure to find employment.
Do you know the Mediterranean?
I've sailed over it since my childhood.
I say, Captain, if what he says is true, what hinders him staying with us?
If he says true.
Let me prove myself to you. Take me with you till your first port of call. If you do not want me then, you can leave me there, and I will pay you out of the first wages I get for my food and the clothes you lend me.
We can agree very well, if you are reasonable.
Give me what you give the others. It will be all right.
That's not fair. If you've been mate on such a ship, then you know more than we do.
What's it to you, Jacopo?
I only make a remark.
Well, you would do much better to find him a jacket and a pair of trousers, if you have them.
That is all I want. Unless it be a piece of bread and some of that rum you had me taste, for I have not eaten or drunk for a long time.
Hello? What's the matter at Chateau?
They are firing the alarm gun. Perhaps a prisoner has escaped.
Make your recovery. We'll see what sort of sailor you are tomorrow.
What is the day of the month?
The 28th of February.
In what year?
In what year? You ask me in what year?
Yes. I ask in what year.
You have forgotten, then?
I got such a fright last night that I have almost lost my memory. In what year?
The year 1829.
14 years.
When we were rescued,
I want to know what crime
He was
I
brought
have
in
committed.
4 years ago as a
everybody is
bonapartist
ignorant that you are the
agent.
bearer
New
of
prison
a letter
inspectors
from
come to see you.
addressed to
Sir.
Monsieur Monte
Ask
Cristo.
Who's here? We keep the mad
Sir,
ones,
I am
sir.
not able to restore
Hold
you
there!
immediately
Stay
to
back
the-
in your corner!
God, do not let me die in despair.
Who talks of God and despair at the same time? I thought it best to have the whole come out beneath your bed. The vibrations from your tapping helped to discover where that was.
I'm so happy to see a friend, or so I hope I can call you. In this place I have seen none but my jailers. I've been alone here for many years.
I also find myself more moved than I anticipated to see a new face, my young friend.
Tell me, I entreat of you, who and what you are.
I am the Abbe Faria, and have been imprisoned here in the Chateau since the year 1811.
But how did you contrive to dig through what I thought was solid rock?
I made myself some tools, and with the exception of a file, I have all that are necessary. Only unfortunately, I did not curve aright, for want of the necessary geometrical instruments to calculate my scale of proportion. And now it seems my plan has failed.
Then you abandon all hope of escape?
I perceive its utter impossibility.
Nay, be not discouraged. Would it not be expecting too much to hope to succeed at your first attempt? Why not try to find an opening in another direction from that which has so unfortunately failed?
You do not know all it has cost me to make it thus far. Scraping, digging, and shifting. I have husbanded my strength to this point, and I feel, alas, that I cannot have the strength to start anew.
I will tell you what we must do. We make a tunnel perpendicular to the one you made, burrow under the corridor, collapse the floor as the guard walks by, kill him, and escape.
One instant, my dear friend. It is clear you do not understand the nature of the courage with which I am endowed. I will wage war against the staircase, but I cannot condone taking away a life.
Is it possible that where your liberty is at stake, you can allow any such scruple to deter you from obtaining it?
Tell me, what has hindered you from knocking down your jailer with a piece of wood torn from your bedstead, dressing yourself in his clothes and endeavoring to escape?
The idea never occurred to me.
Because the natural repugnance of such a crime prevented you from thinking of it. There are some great escapes in history where chance and not violence was the instigator. Let us wait for such a chance.
You might well endure the tedious delay. You had your hopes to refresh and encourage you.
I assure you, I did not turn simply to hope. I wrote or studied.
Are you then permitted the use of pens, ink, and paper?
Oh no, I have none but what I made for myself. I have been able to transform 2 of my shirts into a form of paper. I invented a preparation that makes linen nearly as smooth as parchment.
You are then a chemist.
Somewhat. I know Lavoisier and Cabanis.
But for such works you must have needed books. Had you any?
I had nearly 5,000 volumes in my library at Rome. But I found out that with 150 well-chosen books, a man possesses all that a man need really know. I devoted 3 years of my life to reading and studying these until I knew them nearly by heart.
You must teach me some small part of what you know, if only to prevent you growing weary of me.
Of course I will do so, my boy. But I'm sure passing on my knowledge of mathematics, physics, chemistry, and the 3 or 4 modern languages I know will take scarcely 2 years. We shall certainly need more shirts to write upon.
And when may I see all this?
Whenever you please.
Let it be directly.
Follow me then.
If you wish to leave off this errand of yours, my friend, you know you are welcome to stay on for this voyage. The wages for this trip are 50 piastres, but I can only pay those who complete the journey.
No, Captain. I must go ashore. Just renew your promise to pick me up on your return journey. 4 days alone on a rocky island I can imagine, but I would not like to be stranded here.
You have been a good crewmate, Edmund. You'll see us in 4 days, and at that point, I hope you shall join us for good.
Your company and that of your sailors has been like rain to a parched man. I promise you that I shall join your crew before any other.
Well, Jacopo will take you in the boat. I wish we had 2, or I'd let you take it.
I worry about leaving you alone on such a desert place. The crew is large enough to spare me. I will come with you.
What? Jacopo? And miss out on your wages for the journey?
It is an inconvenience, to be sure. But to keep a man company on an island used by smugglers and thieves, and I say that as a smuggler myself, to have a friend's back on an island such as this is well worth losing 50 piastres, I think.
No, my friend. This is a journey I must take alone.
In truth, I heard what you said to the captain, and while you said you would go with us first, there was a note in your voice that seemed to say you would give up sailing entirely. There are always new ships to sail on and new friends to make, yeah?
Yes, Jacopo. And it seems that you are a true friend. I promise you that I shall be waiting here. You will have another chance to convince me to continue sailing.
Well, that's all right then. We shall see you again in 4 days' time, and I have your word we will continue this discussion.
You have my word. In 4 days' time, we will meet again.
My friend! My friend!
Gracious heavens, what is the matter?
All is over with me. I am seized with a terrible, perhaps mortal illness. I had a similar attack the year previous to my imprisonment. Go, back to your room, so if I cry out in my pain, they shall not find you. Here it is! Ow!
Help! Help!
Silence, or you are lost. We must now only think of you, my dear friend, and so act as to render your flight possible. You will no longer have half a dead body tied to you. At least, Providence has done something for you. He restores to you more than he takes away, and it is time I should die.
My friend, speak not thus. You survived a second time. Perhaps this time will leave you also alive.
There is not a hope, but no matter. My dear friend, sole consolation of my wretched existence, at the moment of separating from you forever, I wish you all the happiness and all the prosperity you so well deserve. My son, I bless thee. Listen now to what I say in this my dying moment. The treasure of the spotless exists. God grants me the boon of vision unrestricted by time or space. I see it in the depths of the inner cavern. My eyes pierce the inmost recesses of the earth. The second opening, the farthest corner. So many riches. If you do escape, remember that the poor Abbe, whom all the world called mad, was not so. Hasten to Monte Cristo. Avail yourself of the fortune, for you have indeed suffered long enough. It is here. It is over. My sight is gone. Adieu. Adieu.
"2 hours ago those men left, richer by 50 piastres, proceed to risk their lives to gain 50 more. And when they have 600, they will spend that fortune in some town or other as proud as kings. Today, hope means that I despise their wealth, which seems to me like poverty. Tomorrow, perhaps disappointment may mean that I shall be forced to consider that poverty the height of happiness. Oh, Faria, you cannot have been mistaken on that one point. Would it be better to die than to go on living this sordid and base existence? Look at me, Faria. A month ago I wanted nothing more than freedom, and now it seems that life is meaningless without riches as well. There goes a man who, for friendship's sake, would give off that bounty of 50 piastres, and assist a soul he met only weeks ago. A smuggler, who would be called a criminal, showing such friendship to a fellow wretch. It does not seem as miraculous as finding a friend and father in the darkness of a cell, but perhaps the event is just as holy. But I would be called a criminal too, if it were known I had escaped. And I am not so forgiving. Among the joy of escape and the sorrow of your passing, I remember my vow. Revenge. Is justice not holy too? Is the bolt of lightning not miraculous? I have found your cave, noble Faria. I have followed the signs you told me and removed the great rock. But I am afraid to go in. Afraid to lose this dream and to lose the thought that you, my friend, my father, were more than a madman teaching a fool for 10 years in the dark. If you were wrong here, if you were indeed mad as our jailers said, where then would be my faith in you? In the skills and knowledge you have given me? In the friendship you showed me? No. And that I cannot doubt. Faria, it should be you sitting in my place to see the completion of your dream. I am afraid that I shall fail you and all your hopes will have been of nothing. Oh, my father, my friend. I am accustomed to adversity. I must not be cast down by the discovery that we have been deceived. What then would be the use of all I have suffered? Heart breaks when, after having been elated by flattering hopes, it sees all its illusions destroyed. Faria has dreamed this. The Cardinal Spada buried no treasure here. Perhaps he never came here, or if he did, some Borgia has followed him and left me nothing. I will join a crew of sailors, take my revenge piecemeal.
50 piastres at a time. Now that I expect nothing, now that I no longer entertain the slightest hopes, the end of this adventure becomes simply a matter of curiosity. The farthest corner of the second opening. Come now. Open sesame.